Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today we're going to be talking about Arian Curry again, I know. Now, it sounds like she's trying to distance herself from Martel, and I'm glad she's finally doing it. I think she should have cut the cord a long time ago. Now, I don't know if it's going to last, but we're going to get into it. We're also going to get into the fact that she wants to be a wife, okay? So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Tap that like button, tap that share button, and of course, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, happy Friday, everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I also hope you have nice plans for the weekend, including rest. I think for me, it's going to be a mixture of rest and going to a friend's birthday. So we're going to mix it up. Now, let's get into Arian, okay? I know you guys didn't come over here to hear me talk about myself, okay? So first of all, shout out to Empress Radio because that is where I got this tea from. It turns out that Arian is trying to remove herself from the whole Martel business. She is trying to stay 50 feet away from this man because he's still trying to fight with Melody, okay? Apparently, she feels like he lost and he is constantly trying to fight with the Melody. Clearly, he just doesn't get it. This is a thing I feel like we've all talked about for such a long time, that Martel is obsessed with coming out unscathed. He doesn't want to look like he's the one that ruined his marriage. So whatever he needs to do to try to put dirt on Melody, I feel like that is what his ultimate aim is. The problem is when you are like that, there is no way you are going to be able to progress in your life because you're constantly obsessed with someone else's life, okay? I feel like that's where Martel is. He's clearly still in the sunken place. Imagine how many years has it been since the divorce and this man is still in the sunken place because he is the weapon that is fashioned against himself that is causing him not to prosper. And I really mean that because think about it. You know how you be praying against like, God, I don't want nobody ruining my life and, all these protect me. How about you pray, Martel, protect me from myself? Because that is a prayer I think Martel needs to pray. In the words of T.I. expeditiously, okay? Even Arian feels like he needs to be worried about himself. He needs to focus on himself. He needs to be focusing on how he can excel instead of the fact that apparently he played into the storyline. Whatever the case may be, nobody believes that there was some cooked up plan for the storyline. I think he just doesn't like how it has made him look. And the fact that most people of substance do not like him. He wants approval from us and we are never going to approve that behavior. If you're really sorry, change your behavior. Let's see a lasting change. The thing is, a lot of people will give Martel grace if he could just show change. The problem is it's been 6 years or so. This man has not changed. He is the exact same person. If anything, he keeps trying harder each time to come for this woman. She feels like he just can't let it go. And that is the thing. We've talked about it a lot. We personally also feel like he can't let it go. It's something that he's forever going to regret. But I think he needs to forgive himself and needs to accept responsibility. I messed up. So it is not a shock that people think I messed up. It's not a shock that the whole world sees me for exactly who I am. The best thing he can do is just work on himself. And that is it. Work on yourself, improve, leave and stop disturbing this woman. Now, she basically said she doesn't think she's not sure. Maybe he wants his ex back. Blah. That ish has passed. You're never, ever, ever getting back together. That is exactly what it is. Never, ever, ever getting back together. So get that in your thick skull. She did also say that he's debating giving her full custody. That is the thing. I don't think he is going to give her full custody because he loves that tension. He loves to be able to fight with her because that's the only way he's going to get any sort of attention, in my opinion. Now, Arian, you saying he's trying to make it seem like she's trying to make it seem like he's beating their son. Martel admitted to beating his son. Like, what is wrong with you? Is something wrong with you? Do you lack comprehension? Like, these are the questions I have. Because I don't understand why you're saying, oh, he's trying to make it seem like he's beating me. He admitted to it on Tasha K. Now, there is something that she said that I do agree with. She talked about how in the past, every time like something comes up or some rumors that comes up in relation to Martel, she gets up on live with him. She clears it up. She remember when there was the rumor about Martel allegedly beating Arian, and they both got on live together, presenting a united front like nothing happened, which of course protected his image, right? Or cleaned it up a little bit. But when it's on the other hand, when people are dragging Arionne, he never defends her. I'm glad like she's finally seeing it, because he's never stepped up for her. He never does. So it's like, why are you always jumping and running to his defense every single time? Let him also get the brunt of his actions. And that's the thing. I feel like people have shielded Martel for such a long time. I suspect his mom is one of the people that have shielded him for a long time. I suspect his previous relationships, the women in his life, I've always shielded him from responsibility of his actions, from consequences. And that is why he continues to do all of the things that he does. People like that tend to surround themselves with enablers, people that enable the cycle of whatever toxicity that they do. And I feel like Arian is also one of the people that has enabled him for such a long time. If nobody in his life is out here sticking up for him, people are calling him out, he would have had to reflect and actually work on his behavior. But if he has people like Destiny riding for him, blind loyalty, people like Arian riding for him, people like his mama, of course that man is not going to step up and do what he needs to do, because he hasn't fully realized the consequences of his actions. That's just the truth, in my opinion. Now, she was saying that it's been 11 years. She has to choose herself. She loves Martel, but she cannot keep getting sabotaged by the show. She needs to go on and blossom. I'm like, okay, that is good. But I wonder how long it lasts. Like, is it, because I feel like we've heard so much from her over the years. Oh, I choose myself. Oh, I this, I that. Only to go back to Martel to then be posting these videos of them together. So it's like she never really learns. I feel like she goes on these rants when Martel is not giving her attention. And then once he gives her a little bit of attention, she's back to where she was initially. But who knows? She is basically saying she has no more games to play. She has 2 kids and she just needs to take off and leave Martel. I really hope she does. And Arian, I'm speaking to you directly now. If you are able to leave Martel, you can revamp completely. You leave Martel, write a public, heartfelt apology, or even come on live and apologize to Melody, sincerely apologize, take ownership of every single thing that you've said about that woman, and start to change your life, change the way you talk, change the way you dress, start going to therapy, work on yourself. You will get it together in no time. The problem is you keep playing stupid games with somebody like Martel. You play around, you think when he comes around, he wants your affection, he gives you a little bit of food, a little bit of drink probably, and then you're back to dating him again. He's wasting your time. She talks about, she's 33 already. She would love to become a wife. And she's wrong for what she did at 23, but now she's trying to move on with her life, but her baby daddy is stuck. Now, here's the thing. I understand that you're now 33, so life is different. You can't be playing those kind of games you were playing when you were 20, right? I get it. But at the same time, unless you do the work to make sure that this doesn't happen again, whatever was in you that allowed you to entertain this BS for 10, 11 years is a problem that needs to be addressed. If you don't address it, it is only going to come up again in future. There is no way. I know when people say things like, oh yeah, I've moved on, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But if you stayed in a toxic situation for a long time, some damage has been done, which you then need to fix. You need to work on yourself. You need to be in therapy for at least a year or 2. Active, consistent therapy to really get to the root of what is it about me that made it feel or made it okay for me to stay in a relationship with a man who was married, who had children, who had a family, and who called me a peasant, and who continues to dog me every chance he gets, who never defends me, yet I continue to still stay with him. I continue to still defend him. That is a serious problem. You probably have some background issues, some issues in your past when you were a child that has contributed to you feeling like this is the kind of love that you deserve. My point is, until she does the work, she is going to end up in the same situation with somebody else that isn't Martel. This is the thing that gags me every time. So with everything Martel has done, this girl still thinks that Martel is a good person. And that, with the show and everything, he got caught up. Girl, are you slow? What are we doing? Martel is still a good person? This is the thing. And this is why I'm like, girl, I need you to pick up your self-esteem from the ground. If this is your definition of a good person, wow, I hate to see what a bad person is. Now, she did say a little something. So remember how Martel got on television talking about his wife don't suck his D, only for us to find out that he don't even be wanting his D sucked by Arian. That is wild to me. It's almost like, so you are out here trying to make it seem like your wife don't even please you, when in reality you don't even be wanting that kind of thing. So weird to me. The last thing I want to say on this is I wish that Arionne will take accountability for her part to play in the relationship with Martel, Melody, and everything that happened, right? I say that because even when she says it, she still says things like she's tired of looking like the bad guy. Girl, you are the bad guy. Martel is also the bad guy. Okay, so both of you are bad guys. That's the thing. Just because a married man pursued you when you were minding your business and you weren't checking for him does not absolve you from responsibility when you eventually gave him the opportunity, okay? Let's assume you didn't even know he was married before. When you found out, what happened then? So whatever responsibility from then on, you are responsible, ma'am. So I do not like the whole acting like there is no responsibility. Girl, you are just as responsible. So until she admits that to herself, she forgives herself and gets help from a therapist, I don't think that she is going to be in a good stead to fully leave him and leave all that tentacles of control and everything I feel she's also experienced, and also just build herself up to a point where she wouldn't accept anything less than what she feels she deserves, right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think it is for real now and Arian is finally ready to ex Martel? Let me know what you guys think of all of the things that I said today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.